Okay, here we are. Hey, Chidarin! I did not expect such an early reply. You're always faster than Twitch even loads for me to check that I'm live, so... Hi. Okay. I think it all looks fine, yeah? And hopefully sounds fine. So we can jump back in where OBS very rudely cut us off last time. I think this line is about Rika, right? Yes, it happened when Rika appeared and I messed up yesterday, but I'm working as usual now. Oh, what do you mean you messed up? What's wrong? Hey Mo-chan, hey Bea. Alright, the gang is here. Okay, so she goes around the table pouring tea for everyone. I'd like to say that now I know it's her, or now that I've gotten used to it, it's fine. But... Oh, you mean you showed up halfway, not yesterday, but 2 days ago. It's okay, no worries. No worries, Chidarin. It's fine. Hey Plato, so nice to see you. And like, yeah, great. This this image of like Rika, and she's like, what is it? You. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
The members of the cooking club are all dressed as zombie maids, so it follows that Hanabishi-kun is dressed the same way. However... Yeah, the makeup is quite something. The other students have all simply opted for painting their faces white or adding a few splashes of blood here and there. And yet, for some reason... Hey Yuri and hey Yaya. It's Neziming Day. Oh god, Rika is the culprit. I guess so. She definitely was the culprit last time for the stream dropping because it happened right as she appeared. And I was laughing my ass off.
Hi! 私一人がお茶係というわけではないのですけど、先輩たちにはお世話になっているので、心遣い嬉しいわ。
Why is Neri talking to her like this? This is no big deal. A passing student lets out a little shriek upon seeing Hanabishi-kun's unique makeup. Yeah, she is so freaking pretty, isn't she?
Hanabishi-san のメイド姿も可愛いわ。メイクの方も随分と凝っているのね。
That's the understatement of the century. Even though Neri is really pointing out how grotesque her makeup is, Hanabishi-kun fidgets bashfully. Quite frankly, she looks terrifying. Yeah, I can't imagine how it is to look like that and then be bashful. What the heck?
凝ってますか？このメイク、スオさんがやってくれたんですよ。
Oh, okay. I want to know what she looks like then.
そう、網亭同士仲がいいのね。
But it's also the eyes. Like those eyes, they're so dead. It's the eyes and the little gory details on the face that do it. Because the splashes of blood on the clothing, they're like nothing, not that big of a deal. I avert my eyes, unable to stomach the sight of this repulsive zombie playing bashfully with her braid. Oh, that's such a visual. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay, so what do you look like? Oh god, oh god. A voice rings out like a tinkling bell. She looks normal. How is she the normal one? Yeah. I yell internally when Suokun arrives dressed in cute maid garb, just like the other cooking club members.
ごめんなさい。私もお手伝いしなきゃいけないのに。いいの。リッカさんは仕込みの時、たくさん手伝ってくれたし、今度は私の番だわ。
How did this happen for Rika, yet Suo just looks like very normal? What was the thought process there? Please enlighten me.
優しいのね、スオさん。
When she opens her eyes like this, oh my god, I can't. Sokun is able to chat casually with Hanabishi-kun without flinching once. Guess that's the strength of their amitié bond for you.
スオ君のメイクは自分でやったものなのかい？いえ、このメイクはリッカさんにしてもらったんです。
I see now. Okay, so they did each other's makeup. Okay, but what does this mean? Oh gosh.
お互いにメイクし合ったんですよ。我ながら会心の出来だと思うの。
Yeah, you did a sane job on it. It's fine.
私も頑張ってメイクしたけど、どうかしら。
Yeah, you overdid it.
怖い映画が好きだって言っていたスオさんだもの。きっと上手に違いないわ。
Oh gosh.
うますぎです。
うますぎ。My teacher has been outed as a horror fan, particularly of the zombie variety, she admits. Makes sense.
お互いにメイクし合ってあの言いざまだってことは、花火師君は自分の顔を見ていないんだな。
Oh god, yeah, that's true. Oh god, if she's gonna see her reflection in like a window or something, she's gonna pass out. Oh god.
さあどうぞ、召し上がってください。
She urges us to try the jack-o'-lantern shaped pie. I use my fork to cut out the part around one of the eyes and take a bite. Hey Floremona, how are you? The mild sweetness and silky texture of the pumpkin tickles my taste buds as the scent of cinnamon delights my nostrils.
こいつはなかなかだ。ネリーも評判すると。なに、ゆずりは。いや、なんでもないがね。
Observing that half of the jack-o'-lantern's face has already disappeared, I swallow what I was about to say.
佐々木さんたちを見ませんでしたか？どうされたの？
I want to see their reaction to Rika. They're gonna pass out.
いえ、私特製のパンプキンパイをご馳走すると約束していたので。
She tells us that she made two especially for them, shaped to look like their faces and hairstyles. Neri shoots me a mischievous look. Oh, I wanna see how that looks. Oh, that should be super cute. I hope. Now I have doubts.
特製のパンプキンパイを食べられるのはもう少し後になりそうね。
She says.
それはどういう佐々木いちごさんがゆずりはへデートを申し込んだの。それでゆずりはったらトリックはトリートだ。そう宣言してお菓子を20個集めたらデートするって約束したのよ。そうなんですか？
Suokun blinks at me in surprise, her cheeks red.
ちょうどいい具合の無理めな注文だ。
Is it impossible? Wait, it's 20, right? 20 pieces of candy. Is it really that difficult to get? I'm not sure. Even disregarding today's request for a date, I feel like Ichigo-kun has been making advances on me rather a lot lately.
目をかけている後輩を悲しませたくはない。
If I'm just going to act like I'm interested before pulling back at the last minute, I'm better off not sowing the seeds in the first place.
それで姿が見えないのね。いちごさんたちも給仕とか調理の仕事もあるのに。そういう理由なら仕方ないわ。私たちが頑張りましょう。スオさんはやっぱり優しいわ。私も頑張る。
God. Neri asks Hanabishi-kun, who's trembling with admiration, for another pumpkin pie. Somehow I've lost my appetite, so I pass my remaining pie to her and stand up from my seat.
もういらないの？今日の夕食の代わりなのよ。ダイエット中でね。それと、二階屋の会の会長として、他の生徒らの出し物を見回らなくちゃならない。そうね。待って、すぐ片付けるわ。
She polishes off the rest of my poor jack-o'-lantern at her usual steady pace.
それじゃ、急いで持ってきますね。あ、花火師くん。はい、何ですか？前髪が少し乱れている。厨房へ行った際に整えてきたまえ。
Ah, okay. I see what she's trying to do. She quickly brings a hand up to her hair, her cheeks flushing slightly. She thanks me for pointing it out, then hurries off to the kitchen. Then, when enough time has passed for Neri to finish off 2 whole pumpkin pies... The scream of a poor zombie girl who's just gotten a look at herself in the mirror adds some extra spooky spice to the party. Oh god. A familiar voice catches my attention as I'm going around the other individual and group events together with Neri. She nods to Neri, whom she hasn't encountered yet this evening.
いちいち気をつけなくちゃいけないな。魔女の衣装ね。かわいいわ。お褒めに預かり光栄ですがね。みんなにかわいいと言い回して。The sandwich. でも八重垣さんの衣装は特別かわいいと思うわ。ずっと眺めていたいもの。そうですか。どうも。
She looks to me for help. See, it's hard dealing with airheads.
そうだ。ちょっと抱きしめてもいいかしら。
あ？え？
ダメですよ、コミカド先輩。それは私のものです。
Oh. The voice crackles in my ears.
帯をつけなくてはいけないんだってば。
Oh, hello.
それは私のものです。ふが。
ふが。Oh, that's so cool. Look at her. Takasaki-kun, who judging by her outfit is probably supposed to be Frankenstein's monster, plants herself between Yaegaki-kun and Neri. Her protectiveness is more silly than anything, but it's pretty cute.
そうね。高崎さん、失言だったわ。いえ、分かっていただければそれでいいのです。
Yeah, this is so cute.
誰のものなんだよ。不思議そうに首をかしげるな。そういえば。
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to then.
そういえば、二階への会の冊子では、高崎さんは何か個人で催しをなさっているとか。ええ、占いの館を。
Oh, nice. She hurriedly tacks on another... I don't know how to read that. Huga. Seems like it's a requirement when dressed as Frankenstein's monster.
以前、怪談話をするとか聞いていたが。それなのですが、こいつの話す怪談話は本格的すぎるんで、リハーサルの時点で中止ですよ。怪奇系ならまだしも、グロ系まで言われました。残念です。ふが。
Her almond eyes narrow in displeasure. It seems like she's the type to get totally carried away when it comes to her specific interests. Getting this tidbit of insight into my new friend's personality makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
なるほど。ちょうどいいところでと言ったのは客足が途絶えたからかな。より正確に言うなら盛況すぎて休むために一時休業ってところです。二階屋の会とは違うのでね。
Realizing she's making a throwback to my comment about it being all work and no play at the council, I incline my head to her with a cynical smile.
休むのだったら料理部で給仕をしてもらうといい。ジャック・オーランタンのパンプキンパイはなかなかだったよ。パンプキンパイか。ちょっと食べてみたいわね。うがを忘れているさ。
Then in a low voice.
八代先輩も人が悪いですね。
The schemer? Why?
そこを取ったら大部分の僕はなくなってしまうよ。
Fellow tricksters, we share a brief smirk. What am I missing?
早く行きましょう。お、新しい語尾だな。コミカド先輩から教わったのよ。ふが。
With that, the two of them head off toward the cooking club's event together. Takasaki-kun pushing Yaegaki-kun's wheelchair.
仲良しさんで見ているだけで笑みがこぼれてくるわね。あ、違いない。
Although I'm smiling at the mischief I just managed. Someone calls out behind me and tugs at my sleeve. I turn around.
おお、いちごくんじゃないか。それはそうです。20個しっかり集めてきたのです。頑張りました。
I'd agreed to the date idea, thinking my terms were impossible. As she makes her triumphant declaration, Takasaki-kun's scream rends the air. She must have just gotten a look at Hanabishi-kun. I find myself at a loss for how to turn her down. It was an unexpected request, even for Ichigo-kun.
彼女なら2人で出し物を回りたいと言ってくると思ったのにね。
I murmured to no one in particular as I gazed into the flickering light of the candles illuminating the chapel. The date she had requested after gathering the required number of sweets.
2人きりでの正当ないデートとはね。
Although it may be big-headed, I suspect her attachment to me is probably rooted in a desire to have the most popular girl in school all to herself. She's sure to get bored of me after actually spending some time with me, just like most other girls have.
どうにもまずいな。
This request that we be alone reminds me of my encounter in the twilit greenhouse. Did you notice that Rika's outward appearance finally matched her inner beauty? Oh, man! Oh, God. The urge to make that which you desire yours and yours alone.
私には十二分にわかる心理だ。
Oh. I think of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which I read as a child. I'd compared my best friend Nerine Komikado to the lion. The cowardly lion.
だが、勇気あるものだ。
The lion was able to put himself out there for someone other than himself. So, who was I? Dorothy. No, I'm not so shameless as to declare myself the protagonist.
僕はブリキだ。
Without a heart. And so, just as I'm trying to find a character from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz to compare Ichigo-kun to, the heavy doors to the chapel open and then close again. The girl who enters dressed as one of the ghostly twins from The Shining stops for a moment to issue a quiet greeting. Then she slowly heads toward where I'm standing by the altar. I watch her come forward like something out of a dream. Then I face the pale blue ghost.
待たせなくてよかった。
It's hard to tell, but somehow in the way her face is drawn, she looks more like Ringo than Ichigo, to be honest. But yeah, I guess we're supposed to be confused. That's the intention. The moles are not visible and stuff, and the hair is parted the same way, and yeah. I tell her I was a bit late, so I thought she'd already be here, but Ichigo-kun just stares back at me in silence.
これは
I think of what happened in the greenhouse in the dying light of the day. My heart aches painfully like it's being squeezed in my chest.
どうしたんだい？もっとこちらへ来ないと話もできないよ。
It's the opposite of what I really want, but she complies. Ichiko-kun walks closer, her eyes still fixed on me.
夜更けに聖堂で相引きなんてロマンチックだね。ここを指定したのもそのつもりなのだろ？私は。
She tries to speak, but the words get stuck in her throat. I had the same experience many times when I was younger.
いちごくんじゃない。
I'm always observing people. This girl, even though she's wearing the exact same clothes and hairstyle, this isn't Ichigo-kun. This is the younger sister, the one always in the shadow of her lively older half. Wait, I was right?
リンゴくん。
My whisper echoes startlingly loud, though the stillness of the sorry. I think it is through the stillness of the chapel. Drawn to me, her eyes affixed to my steely blue aunts. Ringo Sasaki. As I reassess her with this knowledge, she hardly even appears real. By the light of the candles, she looks so ephemeral, I wonder if she isn't about to fade away into nothing. Trembling like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, she presses her hands to her chest. Her lips move.
私はあなたが好きです。
Okay. I guess we all understood that, even though the translation was not shown.
オズの魔法使いという童話がある。魔法使いのオズへ会うため、エメラルドの町へと急ぐドロシー。町へと続く黄色いレンガ敷きの道を行く途中、ドロシーは恐ろしいうめき声を耳にし、飛び上がるほど驚く。声に誘われるように道から外れ、森に分け入ったところで出会ったのは二人目の同行者、ブリキの木こりだった。錆びつき動けなくなったブリキの木こりへ油を差し助けてあげると、彼は同行を願い出た。エメラルドの町にいるオズからなくしたハートをもらうために。互いの身の上話からかかしの同行する理由を聞き、それでも脳みそよりハートが欲しいとブリキの木こりは答えた。彼は言う。1年の間たっぷり考えた結果、最も大きかった損失は心を失ったことです。心がなければ恋ができない。かかしはそれでも脳みそが欲しいと告げる。だがブリキの木こりはきっぱりと言う。私は心を取りますと。脳みそは人を幸せにしないし、幸せこそこの世で最も価値のあるものだと。ブリキの木こりの言葉を聞いて、私はひどく悲しくなったことを覚えている。心がないということは幸せではないのだ。辛い現実を忘れるため、心を消そうとしていた私は何なのだと。これから始まるお話は、失った心を愚かにも取り戻そうとするブリキのお話。
Lies are the killers of love, but foolish honesty is even deadlier. A supposed quote of Ernest Hemingway's comes to mind.
そうだ。バカ正直に私自身の気持ちを伝えてどうする?
With the start of November, we're well and truly into autumn. The rays of sunlight striking my skin are weak, yet still feel like they're stripping me bare. I gaze up at the sky gradually shifting from blue to yellow and red. and the faint wisps of cloud trailing across it.
嘘は愛を殺すか。だが、嘘をついてでも本心を明かすことはできない。
In the chapel, on the night of the Halloween party, I love you. Ringo Sasaki had confessed her love to me. It's not like I wasn't flattered to receive a confession from such a kind, sweet, sophisticated girl. However, my honest reaction is confusion.
どうしたものかね。
Upon receiving her confession,
返事は少し待ってほしいか。我ながら臆病なことだ。
I mockingly compared myself to the cowardly lion. Leaving her with those words, I had simply fled from the chapel. Yeah. I'd told myself I didn't want to dangle hope in front of someone only to pull it away at the last minute.
リンゴくんの悲しい顔を見るのは嫌だ。
Yeah, this is hard. I can't please everyone. I know that, but you also can't accept a confession just to please people.
そろそろ教室を出ないと間に合わないわよ。
I hear a gentle voice.
礼法の授業に遅刻なんてしたらおかしいでしょ。ああ、確かにそうだ。本末転倒だな。
I stand up from my seat and look around the classroom.
僕たちが最後か。みんなも声をかけてくれればいい。声をかけようとはしていたわよ。でも、あまりに物憂げだからできなかったのよ。
She tells me.
ただ、面白い小説を読んでいたら、朝方になってしまっただけだというのにね。眠っていないの？貫徹だよ。さすが我が師。図書室の妖精だ。僕にぴったりの時代小説を勧めてくれた。
I strike a samurai pose with an imaginary sword, but Neri's flawless brow furrows.
そう、それならいいのだけど。何か悩み事があるなら相談して。私たちは親友でしょ。ああ、できるわけがない。
Discussing homosexuality with a pious Christian like her would be like slapping a child in front of Gandhi.
ひたすら眠いが急ぐとしよう。高崎くんのような足取りになったら揺さぶって起こしてくれよ。チドリアスということね。
Neri puts a hand to her mouth and giggles. Forcing a cynical smile to my face, I head to etiquette class with my best friend.
人生について書きたいなら、まず生きなくてはならない。
It started with me asking who her favorite Western author was. Feeling an affinity when she'd answered with Hemingway, I'd asked for her favorite quote of his. As she thought about it, I'd told her my own personal favorite.
私が好きなのは、愛していない人間と旅に出てはならない。
That was Suokun's answer, and it only brought back my original worries. I'd come to the library so I could sit and think about what to do about Ringo-kun. Yuzu has the saddest story so far. I don't know if we should compare degrees of sadness and struggle, right? She has her own, the other girls had their own. It's not that it's that much easier for one of them, right? But she is a bit more negative in her approach and view of life, I guess. So that I can get behind. She needs a little bit more positivity. A little bit more hope. The tier list about trauma. No. That uneasy feeling when a lot of cuties are about to get hurt. Yeah, it's not comfortable at all. What can you do? However, I bumped into Suokun and got chatting.
どうしました？どこかお加減でも。いや、そうじゃないさ。 なかなか眼蓄のある言葉だと思ってね。はい、いつか友達みんなで旅行に行きたいです。友達か。
When I first met her, she'd seemed so distant. I'd figured it must be hard for her to form meaningful relationships. But
そいつはいい。きっと佐々木いちごくんが盛り上げてくれるだろうね。ええ、みんなでリッカさんと私でたくさんお菓子を作って。
she's really put the work in, and all her clumsy but sincere efforts are paying off.
紳士か。八代先輩は一緒に旅に出るならやっぱりコミカド先輩とですか？
I wasn't trying to compare trauma, just thinking it feels like the narrative focuses more on heartbreak. I guess a little bit, yeah, it does. I wasn't necessarily accusing you of trying to compare trauma, it's just it was hard for me to either agree or disagree in the moment because I just don't want to say, oh, this is the character that is suffering the most. There are different circumstances, and each character is taking them on and reacting in their own way based on their particular past experiences and the baggage that they're bringing into the situation and so on. But yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of heartbreak involved in Yuzu's situation. Yeah, sadness. So I'd like to go with you. With Neri, it would turn into a food tour. What? It seems the answer is I'd like to go with you. Interesting. Interesting. Oh man. The girl before me has really matured.
そうだな。一人選ばなくちゃならないとなったら、スオくんかな？
I answer.
私ですか？なんだい、ずいぶんと嫌そうじゃないか。痛いけな僕の胸がショックで縮んでしまうところだ。違うんです。私なんかと言っても楽しめないんじゃないかって思って。
It's misplaced kindness, but very like her.
なーに、気が合う仲間が一番さ。列車で向き合いながらあだ名で呼び合って、いざ温泉へなんてのもいい。あだ名そうだな。八重垣くんならエリーとかかね。名前からそれなら八代先輩はゆずり派だからゆずゆず？
ゆずゆず？
スオくん。すみません。いや、そいつはいい。二人きりの時はそう呼んでくれないか。親密になった気分だよ。
She blushes all the way up to her hairline. I always feel so at ease hanging out with her.
さあ、早く。
The way she's hesitating, eyes glistening, makes me want to hug her. Alongside this desire to protect her, though, I also feel a borderline sadistic urge to tease.
恥ずかしい。大丈夫。今は僕とスオ君の二人きりしかいないんだ。余計に恥ずかしいのです。
I urge her again, and she finally meets my gaze, her cheeks flushed.
ゆずゆず。
Aww.
先輩。あだ名で呼ばれることがこんなに嬉しいなんてね。
Buoyed up by the joy, I wrap my arms around her slender frame. The urge to protect wins out. Oh, this is so wholesome. I love this so much. Oh. Oh, this is amazing. I'm actually happy that she at least can have this kind of relationship with Suo where she's at ease and they can have this kind of moments, but there's no like extra tension, if anything. It's just like actually wholesome and playful, and it's just friendly. Oh, no, my beloved friend.
恥ずかしいですから。そうだね。堪能したし、これくらいにしておこうか。うさが晴れたよ。ありがとう、スオくん。
No.
さて、せっかく図書室の妖精がいるのだ。おすすめの時代小説でも借りてみるとしようかな。司馬遼太郎の本は読破されているのですよね。さすがに全部は無理だよ。有名どころだけさ。
I watch as she puts her hand to her chin in thought.
相談するならと行き着いた場所が誤りだったな。
I'd been loitering around wanting to unload my jumbled feelings into a third party, but...
よりによって彼女はないよな。
Oh, Bear likes Yuzu. Yeah, she's awesome.
はい。風の武士ですか?
I'm guessing that must be a Ryotaro Shiba novel. I smile and tell her I'll go ahead and borrow that one. All these girls are more read than me. I need to pick up some classics. Well, to be fair, that's pretty much... that's a big part of their existence at the academy there, I suppose. Since they're all just disconnected from the world, and the best kind of entertainment they have is reading books. So, probably in a similar situation, I would also do the same. I'd read a lot. Even though I know I can't talk about it to anyone, I still can't shake the urge to confess all the suffocating emotions inside of me. Perhaps that's why...
どうぞ。八重垣くんの部屋でコーヒーが飲めるとは思っていなかったよ。私が入れたんだ。味わって飲んでくださいよ。
This novel is crazy with its book film references. I quite like it. Especially when it lands on a reference that I also recognize. It's quite impactful. It's very nice. Perhaps that's why my feet brought me here, to the room of the two girls I've become good friends with recently. The consequences of making your protagonists nerds. I love them. I love them for the nerds that they are. They're gonna have substantially better attention span than 95% of their age peers when they graduate. That is absolutely true. I subscribe to that.
流れるように嘘をつかないで。私が入れたのよ。お砂糖いりますか?
I decline and take a sip of it black. The bitter acid taste dances across my tongue, a reminder of the current pitch of my emotions. Oh no. Ugh, I hate black coffee. I need to have it with a lot of milk. So every time they describe a user drinking black coffee, it triggers a not very comfortable feeling. No game consoles on campus, but lots of books. Yeah, pretty much.
それでどうしたんです? 今度はセーター編みを習得に? いや、理由がなきゃ遊びに来ちゃいけないってこともないだろ。先輩はお疲れなんだよ。
I always take my coffee with milk or half and half. Yeah, yeah. I don't particularly like the taste of coffee itself. So for myself, I buy flavored coffee, which already has like a certain aromas in there, which is not just like the plain coffee. And then I drink it with lots of milk. I have given up on the sugar though. I used to have it with like 1 teaspoon, but these days I'm fine with just the milk. It's the milk that I really, really need in there. まさかシェイプシフター事件を解決したり、少し前のハロウィンパーティーでも八面六臂の大活躍だったみたいですからね。Flavored coffee. Yeah, it's a brand of coffee that has all kinds of flavors like chocolate, tiramisu, vanilla. Wait, what else? I'm blanking out on it. A whole bunch of it. If you want to, I can share it in the Discord. Have you ever had your coffee the Russian way with jam? No, I had never heard about that. I think they mentioned about having tea like that with jam in this novel, which again I did not know it was a thing. And I had no idea you could do the same for coffee. Chicory coffee. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Yeah.
八面、あなた日本語で喋りなさいよ。学院の女生徒からモテて大変だったなってことだよ。
She says this with a smirk as she sips her coffee. I'm relieved that she doesn't seem to be referring to anything to do with Sasaki-kun. She's making a joke of it, but she's generally concerned about me being burnt out.
まあそれなりに面倒ではあった。八重垣君的に言うなら2002年のアスレチックスくらいは追い込まれていたかな。そいつはきつい。
Oh, thank you for the BTS patch.
奇跡の20連勝。最後は11点差追いつかれてダメかと思ってからのサヨナラホームランじゃないですか。
Yeah, sorry, I got caught up in the conversation about coffee and I didn't react to the BTS. Thank you, thank you. Also, hi and how are you?
どういうこと？華麗な逆転劇だよ。だが無理をしたんでボロボロってことさ。
She's commenting on the state of the players at the end of the season. Yaegaki-kun offers me sugar again, and this time I gratefully take it.
疲れているときは糖分か。見て取れるくらいには顔に出ているのだろう。
Yaegaki-kun's pretty observant, but I'm well aware myself of just how off I've been lately.
同性からの告白なんて今までだって何度も通ってきた道だというのに。これ少し引きすぎたんじゃないか。そう？私は気にならないけど。
Takasaki-kun grabs Yaegaki-kun's cup and drinks from it. Although usually I wouldn't think anything of it, seeing her put her lips to the very same spot her Amitié partner has been drinking from makes me feel awkward.
粗挽きなのだもの。あっさりめになっているでしょ？そうか。私的には濃いめな気がするけどな。
You sound like Sasaki-san. The words startle me. Takasaki-kun narrows her eyes, staring at her like a judge who's just noticed a case-breaking oversight in court.
なんだ、どうした？部屋の中で幽霊騒ぎは勘弁だぞ。そうではないわ。後ろ髪、寝癖がついているわよ。寝癖？もともと癖っ気なんだ。どこが寝癖なんだかわからねえよ。
Coffee should be sweet. Please use sugar substitutes instead of sugar, and don't believe the sugar lobby propaganda about them. They are perfectly safe to consume. I guess, I don't know. I am not an expert on that, so yeah. But the thing is, I usually drop the sugar because when I have coffee for breakfast, I have it with a piece of fruit, and that fruit has sweetness in it, so I don't need the sugar.
また寝転がって本を読んでいたのでしょう。仕方のない子ね。
Takasaki-kun heads over to her desk, grabs a hairbrush out of the drawer, then goes back over to Yaegaki-kun.
おい、ちょっと。おとなしくしなさい。いいって、やめろ。
Isn't this like late in the day? Is this the moment to notice bed hair and to brush it? What is happening here? She frowns and sighs as Yaegaki-kun resists her like a petulant child. Then...
八代先輩の髪って綺麗ですよね。
Yeah. Her almond eyes have shifted from her previous target to my own long locks. It's been a long time since I've had someone brush my hair for me. Aww. Aww. Oh, that's so cute. Coffee with sugar tastes bad. It's, yeah, to each their own, okay? have it whichever way you prefer. Yeah, this is so cute. You don't need sugar in your coffee. Just look at this picture. You're gonna die of diabetes, okay? Cute, yes. Yeah, it does look relaxing. Yuzu needed this? Yeah, this looks really nice. I hear a slight chuckle above my head in response to my murmured praise. Takasaki-kun carries on enthusiastically brushing my hair.
八代先輩の髪、とても滑らかなのにさっぱりとした指通りで、なんだか変わっていますね。髪もそのものに似るのかな。でもこうしてすいていると本当に綺麗。髪ではないみたい。
She continues her rhythmic brushing as she speaks. I close my eyes blissfully as I enjoy the pleasant sensation of my scalp being massaged.
人となりが髪に現れるってのは嫌味か？エリカの髪はエリカらしいわよ。くそ、伸ばそうかな。
She fiddles with her bangs, and I tell her that the longer it gets, the more of a pain it is to take care of.
やっぱり面倒なんですか？一日でもサボると途端にへそを曲げてしまうからね。それと髪を洗うと率直に乾くまで時間がかかる。ああ、毎日だと大変そうだ。
Even as she agrees, she continues to regard my hair with envy. I can't help but smile at this uncharacteristic behavior from her.
髪にコンプレックスを抱いているようなんです。僕は八重垣くんの髪質と髪型好きだけどね。なんだ、密談か？やらしいな、おい。そうよ。女の子同士の大切なお話。
The feeling of the brush is suddenly replaced by fingers. The different soft sensation sends a sharp thrill through me. I feel weird.
こうして手ですいてみると本当に髪ではないみたい。僕の髪で遊ばないでくれたまえよ。本当に美しいわ。
Her fingers brush the nape of my neck, sending a tingle of electricity down my spine. It's getting harder and harder to keep my mask from slipping.
おい。何？エリカも触ってみたいの？やめろ。八代先輩が困っているだろうが。そうかしら。手ぐしも髪を整えるのに有効ですよね。ああ。ほら。いいからやめろって。
Erika be jelly. In a trance-like state, I turn my hazy gaze on Yaegaki-kun and...
僕を出汁に使ったね。
I'd rather have black coffee with salt. Oh gosh. Yeah, just drink whatever makes you happy, okay? Whatever gives you enjoyment.
すみません、八代先輩。
That probably is very healthy, Chitari.
なんだよ、また密談かよ。成功したって話したのよ。ああ。エリカをすねさせるのが成功だって。
There it is. Yaegaki-kun splutters, her cheeks gradually flushing a deep shade of scarlet before our eyes.
たまにはエリカに嫉妬してもらいたいから、八代先輩に協力してもらったのよ。
Coffee stream tier list. It's okay. Salt actually helps bring out the flavor. Okay. I wouldn't have thought of it. Erika Pete, yeah, it's great. It's great. I love it.
焼いたエリカも可愛いわ。お前。
She seems to want to say something, but thinks better of it.
やめろよな。
She mutters, looking off into the distance. I thank Takasaki-kun and pick up the scrunchie I'd left on my lap.
いつもは自分でやるが、人にやってもらえるのがこれほど心地よいものだと改めて知ったよ。今度はコミカド先輩にやってもらったらいいですよ。きっと私よりも素晴らしいと思います。そうだね。
I tie my hair back up into its usual ponytail and secure it with the scrunchie.
ほらよ、コーヒーでも飲んで一休みしたら、次は私の髪もすいてくれよ。
Erika got herself into a hairy situation.
いいわよ。ならその次は、私の髪もすいてくれる？もちろん、手ぐしありでね。そいつは、ああ、もう、シーツがコーヒーまみれじゃない。
Oh no.
お前が変なこと言うからだろうが。これじゃあ今日寝られないわ。罰としてエリカのベッドで一緒に眠らせてもらうわよ。
A punishment.
一緒にって。
Her face flushes all the way down her neck, and she looks desperately from Takasaki-kun to me, her eyes pleading for help.
コーヒーで染めてしまったシーツは片上寮長の元へ持っていくこと。
I put extra stress on the word tomorrow, and Yaega-kikun's expression changes to a mixture of confusion and despair.
それでは、僕はこれで。
In the end, she didn't get to actually talk about the things that are bothering her, but I don't know. I hope the experience relaxed her a little bit.
やっちろ先輩!
She calls out to me desperately, but not having the stomach to be a third wheel for much longer, I leave my friend's room. Oh. Oh wow, that's very harsh. What the heck? My best friend's words heightened the tension in the cooking club room even further. Neri pushes away the plate of Mont Blanc, of which she's taken just a single bite. This is so unlike Neri. What the heck is happening? Huh? She says. The girl who made it, Ichigo Sasaki, falls to her knees. What is this? I refuse to believe that Neri would actually act this way. Neri laughs, elegant, but cruel. She looks down on Ichigo-kun as she grovels at her feet and... That's enough, the voice repeats. She appears holding a plate bearing a Halloween pumpkin pie, her usually sleepy gaze gone and a fire now burning in her eyes. Why is she bullying the strawberry? I don't know.
文句を言うのなら、このパンプキンパイを食べてからにしてもらいますですよ。
I watch as she holds out the plate with a flourish, hearing a snort of laughter from Neri.
これは夢か。
It has to be, please. Like, no, I don't want to accept this as reality. Dark Neri, no. Usually I only dream about things that have actually happened. But this time I'm not reliving the past, I mutter to myself within the dream.
さあ、食べてもらいましょうか、コミカド先輩。
The usually languid Ringo-kun is unusually fervent.
あなたのような汚れた者の手で作られたデザートなんて食好きにもなれないわね。
What is this Neganeri? Oh gosh. And my best friend is being unusually horrible.
汚れた手、ちゃんとおトイレに行った後にしっかり手は洗っていますですよ。そういう意味ではないわ。私の信用をたぶらかした人が作ったものなんて食べられないって言っているの。
I see where this is going. Okay.
そんな。
Shocked by Neri's words, Ringo-kun throws me a pleading look. Even in my dream, I feel myself cowering under the weight of the guilt it causes.
悪夢だと分かっているが謝罪しよう。僕が気のあるふりをしたからだ。ええ、その通りですよ。え、 そう。昨日多いあなたのせいよ。
Ay, ay, ay. Rinko-kun berates me, her eyes anguished. My best friend folds her arms, regarding me contemptuously. I don't know what to do.
ゆずりは、あなたはね、私の言うことだけを聞いていればいいの。
許してくれネリー。裏切ったんじゃない。僕は
何ですか？
いちごくんか。
After class, I'm walking along the corridor on my way to Iznik when someone hugs me from behind. I twist around to face Ichigo Sasaki-kun.
どうしたんだい？随分と積極的じゃないか。
ゆずりは先輩が落ち込んでいるみたいだから、私的に元気を注入しているんです。
She squeezes her arms around me tighter. I can't help but chuckle when I recall the Ichigo-kun I'd seen in my dream earlier that morning.
脇とか触っちゃってましたか？くすぐったいですか？
違う。いや、こそばゆいのは確かだけどね。元気が出たよ。
I'd been feeling despondent after being rebuked by Ichigo-kun and Neri in my dream. And now, having awakened from said dream, I'm being fussed over by my ever so perceptive friend.
少し前にも気を使ってもらっていたというのに、二度目だな。
大丈夫ですか？
以前も気を使われたが、シリアスな問題じゃないんだ。ただ、時代小説にはまりすぎて、寝不足なだけさ。
そうなんですか？
ああ。本当かどうか知りたいなら、スオ君に聞いてみるといい。最近、本の貸し出しをよくしていると証言してくれるだろう。
She nods, seemingly satisfied, and pulls back from me. I feel a little lonely when her childlike warmth fades away.
それじゃちょっと失敗したかもな。
I'm wondering what she means by that when I spot a familiar figure at the other end of the corridor waving to me enthusiastically. The girl comes bounding up to me like I'm the target she's been chasing.
探していたんですよ、八代先輩。
Yuzu's crazy. She acted weird and made a fake excuse, and now she's reenacting it to make it more believable. I guess. She says, thrusting a basket at me. A basket? What?
クッキーを焼いたんです。どうぞ。
おや、いいのかい？
八代先輩のために焼いたのですもの。どうぞ遠慮なく。
Yeah, how come? Well, I can't say no to that. After all, I love cookies. I love the way they dry your mouth out. It's one of my weird little indulgences.
いちごくん？
She beams happily as she takes a cookie, but the look she's sending Hanabishi-kun's way has me puzzled.
でも、喜んでくれているし。
なんだ？
What are they cooking? What's happening? I think she's trying to wink at her, but she's not doing a very good job of it. Still, Hanabishi-kun seems to pick up on whatever the hint is and turns to me with a forced smile.
わかったわ。
Okay. Her confused expression turns decisive. Then she grabs one of her braids and brings it to her mouth. No, to her top lip and...
おひげ!
Huh? Are they just trying to cheer her up? What's happening? She yells loudly. Neither of us seem to have any idea what on earth to do now. The moment stretches on. She groans, flushing scarlet from head to toe. This poor girl, the most trusted and dependable of all the first-year students, she's frozen like a deer in the headlights. Rika evolved into Riku.
やめていたアイス送っていたのに。
いちごくん、これは？
ゆずりは先輩が落ち込んでいるようだったから、クッキーだけじゃなく一発芸。冗談でもして笑わせてみたらって話。
それでこの状況か。
Hanabishi-kun is still standing there like a statue. I rack my brain for how to rescue the situation.
映画「アニーホール」でウディ・アレンがこう言っていた。人生はひどいか悲惨であるか、 その2つのうちどちらかだと。
I start speechifying. Speechifying? What? Does it? Oh, I didn't know. When thinking of the word, I would have thought about the plant, not the insect. So I think we're good. Ichigo is so overly enthusiastic about everything that even her don't signals will get interpreted as yes, do it. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Oh god.
ゆずりは先輩。
もし何かひどい目にあったとしても安堵しなければならない。ひどい目にあったくらいでよかった。悲惨じゃなくて助かったってね。
The difference between the horrible and the miserable. It's meant to be encouraging, but Hanabishi-kun remains silent while Ichigo-kun is the one to speak up hesitantly.
ゆずりは先輩。それフォローになってないです。
だろうね。
Unlike Yaegaki-kun, I'm not good at this sort of thing. With a wry smile, I pat the head of the kind younger girl who'd just been trying to cheer me up. It was cute though, like the sentiment was cute. Hanabishi-kun's little stunt has given me an idea. Maybe it's worth considering whether the situation I'm in now is of the horrible variety or the miserable. Yeah, no worries. Take care, take care.
ひどい目に遭うかもしれないが、悲惨な状況ではない。
A younger girl has confessed her love for me. To describe that as miserable would be to do it at disservice.
本当に悲惨というのはこれだ。
What is happening? We've never seen her with braids. What? After having Takasaki-kun brush my hair, I'd flip-flop back and forth on changing up my hairstyle and finally decided to test it out to see if it would provide a breath of fresh air. But it's actually quite tragic how obviously it doesn't suit me. Yuzu is happening.
花火師くんの三つ編み、素敵だと思っていたわ。
Looks like I don't have the same cuteness factor going for
こ
me.
れは優等生しか似合わない髪型なのかもしれないな。
I console myself as I fiddle with my braids in front of the mirror. I could bring one of them to my nose and yell mustache, but I'm not sure that would help.
次だな、次。
Distracting myself from the pathetic sight with a sardonic smile directed towards my reflection, I decided to try another style.
次は、
Envisioning a flattering hairstyle that makes use of my hair's length, I tie it up with my scrunchie. This actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh, this is Ichigo style. Sporting my new side ponytail, I check myself out in the mirror from various angles.
いや、なんだか間違ったロッカーのようにも見えるな。
For a second there, I thought it looked decent, but the more I stared, the more punk rock I start to feel. Really? A side ponytail is punk rock. I never thought of it that way. Even as I'm becoming certain that nothing's gonna suit me, I feel the heaviness in my heart lift as I continue playing around with my hair. I know I'm avoiding reality, but surely I deserve a little respite from my hairy situation.
本当は可愛い髪型にしたいんだが。
When I first started at the academy, I went through an experimental period where, wanting to change myself, I tried out various different styles for my long, straight hair. In the end, I settled on this irregular
びっくり
ponytail.
するくらい不評だったな。
My classmates told me the cutesy styles didn't work for me and instead recommended my current to do. They insisted I had to look cool.
僕自身は可愛い髪型がいいのだけどね。
Aww. I'm a girly girl at heart. I let down my hair again and brush it into the style I've been told is least me. I secured the bunches on each side with scrunchies. Your hair is so beautiful, Yuzuriha. Girls must take proper care of their hair. I recall my mother's words and the times I spent sitting on the edge of her hospital bed, with her brushing my hair. Aww.
母さん、僕に求められているのは可愛さではないみたいです。
Aww. Pigtails, the one style which was roundly rejected by everyone else. Actually, if we're being specific, these are high bunches, but they still don't suit me. However...
可愛い。可愛いよな。
Of course you are. I say it to myself since no one else will. It doesn't look anywhere near as bad as everyone said. I actually really like cute things. I'd wanted to play house and play with dolls, but
そんな状況じゃなかった。
due to my family always moving around for my dad's job, I wasn't able to make close friends. There was no one to play house with. And my father wasn't the type to buy his daughter dolls. It wasn't like there was no love there. I get that now. Dad just probably didn't have the time, what with work and a sick wife to worry about.
父が見たら笑うかな。
I run a hand through my hair. The silvery strands barely even seem like they belong to me. The fake me, the real
ネリ
me.
ーが見たらどう思うかな。
I murmur to myself and
可愛
then...
らしいと思うわ。
Okay. That scared me. What the heck? Oh, a familiar voice answers. I don't need to turn around. My eyes meet hers in the mirror.
愛らしいわ。その髪型にすればいいのに。
ね、
ね
Ne? The heat that rises to my cheeks soon spreads across the rest of my body, and my wordless scream rings out through the dormitories. Scary Neri, yes. Up on stage, I dance a hypothetical variation. I copied the grand fouette I once saw her perform at the ballet recital. The 32 fouette turns danced by Odile in Swan Lake. I danced to shed my worries, to expel all the impurities from my body. Feeling a fire burning within me, I channel Odile and dance until I'm ready to drop.
Ma, こんなものかな。
Alright. I respond with a reverence to the rapturous applause of my classmates. I'd only been doing it as a distraction.
すごい。やっぱりゆずりはさんが一番だわ。そう思わない？ええ。先だってのバレエ発表会の下級生も上手だったけれど、ゆずりはさんには及ばないわね。
I'm about to wave off their praise and tell them they're exaggerating when...
お水持ってきたわ。
My best friend comes along to hand me a flask, which I gratefully accept. We may be midway into autumn by now, but it's still hot when you're exercising hard. I gulp the liquid down.
相変わらずバレエ上手ね。この学院に来てから習い始めたのでしょ？
ありがとう。まあそうだが、大抵のものは少し触れればある程度こなせるようになるからね。料理以外は。
ある程度の枠を超えていると思うけれど、譲り張って天才肌なのね。
器用貧乏なだけだよ。給油はああ言ってくれているが、実際のところ高崎くんと僕とでは技量は同程度じゃないかな。
ずっと習ってきた人と同格というだけですごいわ。
I smile at her as she heaps on the praise. Ballet is one of the few girly activities I can openly indulge in without worrying about how it looks on me. Of course, I took to it like a fish to water. And it's one of the few things I've kept at without getting bored. Which is rare for me. Neri takes a sip of water herself, then murmurs.
本調子ではないよね。
そうかい？グランフェッテの回転速度も一定だったと思ったが。
そうでなくて楽しくなさそうだったわ。もしかして昨日勝手に部屋に伺ったから。その顔、ごめんなさい。お部屋の鍵が開いていたからノックはしたのだけどぶしつけだったわね。
いや、そうじゃないんだ。
昨日のことを怒っているわけじゃない。それならなんで不機嫌になっているの？
Oh, choices. You saw me changing up my hairstyle yesterday. The dessert I wanted was sold out. Sorry. Are we really gonna lie about the dessert? But like, this is also, technically this is also a lie because it's not what is hurting her so much, right? It might have been a bit of an embarrassing moment, but it's not the thing that weighs the heaviest. Let's see. So, it's the first one. So, you saw me changing up my hairstyle yesterday. She asks me straight up and I'm compelled to answer in kind.
それは、その、昨日、僕の部屋で髪型を変えているところを見ただろ？あれをからかわれるんじゃないかって。
She wouldn't do that.
からかう？どうして？
いや、どう考えたって似合わないだろ？昨日だって罰の悪い顔をしてすぐ退散したじゃないか。
Because she thought she was intruding.
すぐ追い飛ばしたのはあんまり驚いた顔をしていたからよ。
Yeah. I see.
こういうやつだったよな。
She's my best friend in the world, and she doesn't have a bad bone in her body. A smile finally blooms across her face like the prettiest of flowers.
そんなことを気にしていたの？お下げを2つに言って可愛かったわ。今日もその髪型にすればよかったのに。
そんな恥ずかしい真似できるわけがないだろう。
どうして？
女装した男みたいな目で見られるからだよ。
That's a bit harsh. What? It hurts even saying it about myself. Like a guy.
そんなことないわ。ゆずりはは優しくて素敵な女の子よ。もしバカにする人がいたら私が許さないわ。ゆずりはも卑下してはダメ。
I feel something welling up inside me at her warm words. But I can't cry like a girl while wearing the mask of President of the Council of Nicaea.
ありがとうネリー。君の一言はいつも僕を救ってくれるよ。
いつものすまし顔もいいけれど女の子をしているゆずりはも可愛いのに残念だわ。
勘弁してくれ。あの髪型で人前に出られるほどまだ成熟してはいないんだよ。
Finding myself getting more embarrassed by the second and fearing that she's about to call me cute again, I take a leaf out of Yaegaki-kun's book and distract her with the literary reference.
ヘミングウェイは真の男になるためには4つのことを成し遂げなければならないと言う。
小説家の？
ああ。1つ、木を植えること。2つ、闘牛すること。3つ、本を書くこと。4つ、息子を得ること。
Okay.
僕はまだ1つしかことをなしていない。
What? Plant a tree? Which one is it?
ゆずりはったら。
Her laugh is like a tinkling bell. Looks like I've successfully changed the subject. Now to fight the bull, clearly. Oh god. I think plant a tree and write a book are acceptable. Fight the bull, okay. Have a son, that's a... that's too big of a can of worms that I'm not gonna open. Okay. No! Okay.
おいおい、大丈夫かい？長く話し込んで 体が冷えてしまったんじゃないか。
平気よ。髪といえばピシッ。
ほら、君は昔から体が強くないんだ。無理をしてはいけない。月末の合唱会に参加できなくなるなんてことになりたくないだろう。
Write a tree. Oh gosh. I gently take her hand in mine.
さ、シャワーを浴びて着替えよう。
Getting Neri into some warm clothes takes precedence over any change in subject. I lead her by the hand to the shower room.
なんだか調子悪いみたいですね。
I look down at my pan.
ああ、焦がしてしまったか。
The mysterious vanishing of sneezing Neri in the Komikado. Oh gosh. Today's theme is eggplant, so I decided to attempt fried eggplant with Chinese chili sauce, but...
合いびきのお肉も焦がしちゃってますね。
yeah, she ain't paying attention. Give me a second, I need to stand up. My back is not very happy with me sitting. I guess I've sat quite a lot today for work as well, so... this is much better. Alright.
食材を無駄にしてしまった。神に。
I must repent. Oh no, I put down my frying pan and make the sign of the cross. Ichigo-kun peers into my face and asks me if I've caught a cold. There's just like a severe lack of Ringo. Is she like purposefully avoiding to be around Yuzu? It makes me a little bit sad for her, to be honest, because it's kind of like dragging. The situation is kind of dragging, and she doesn't have an answer. Ay, ay, ay.
問題ないよ。ただいつも通りの僕と言うだけさ。いちごくんの方は目を離していて大丈夫なのかい？
A severe lack of fruit in Yuzu's diet. Being Ringo is suffering. Yeah, unless this is Ringo cosplaying as Ichigo, which I don't know if it's the case. I don't know if it would make sense.
私的な料理は秋ナスと若鶏のトマト煮ですからね。煮込んでいる最中なんで大丈夫です。それに
She glances over at her pot. I follow her gaze.
リンゴと合作なんで、今はリンゴがお鍋を見ている番なので平気なのです。
Speak of the devil, she's there. Ay. Our eyes meet and I'm the one to look away. Oh, this is so sad.
さすがになんと言えばいいか。
I put off giving I put off giving any response to her confession, but I'm gonna have to answer her soon.
決心がつかないよな。
It's just, if you can't make up your mind, it's clearly not a yes. So when it's clearly not a yes, the kind thing to do is to just say it. Just put it out there, cut it clean. It gives the other person closure. And I know, because I've been the other person.
決心？何がですか？
焦げた秋ナスだよ。
Kill the
捨
apple,
てる
oh
には
no.
もったいない。表面だけ削って何かできないものかね。
何か打開策が。ちょっとそうちゃんに聞いてきますね。
Before I can stop her, she's trotted off to see my teacher. After a brief discussion with Ichigo-kun, So-kun pauses in her own cooking and glides gracefully over to me with a smile on her face. My savior.
焦がしてしまったそうですね。
Oh.
何か捨てる以外で生かす方法はあるかい？
焦げたのは表面だけみたいですから、刻んでパスタの材料にとか。私たちが作っている秋ナスと若鶏のトマトにパスタのソースにしても美味しいと思うよ。
Just the thought of it makes me salivate. I smile, telling her that does sound good.
さすがは秋の味覚。なんでも合いますな。ゆずりは先輩は秋の味覚、風物詩といえば何を思い出しますか？
ん？ そうだな。秋の風物詩ね。
Reading, sampling all kinds of food. Interesting. I don't know which. I feel like this is more Neri than Yuzuriha. This may be more her, but... Yeah, that's the answer. Okay. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is reading. Reading in autumn gives you a particularly cozy vibe. I approve.
読書かな。本を読むのにいい季節だしね。
そうですよね。
Look at the stars in her eyes! What? Ah, so... Oh, how can you not love her? Oh.
今図書室では秋の読書週間を行っているんです。好きなジャンルを伝えていただければ好みの一冊を探すお手伝いをしているんですよ。
そうなのか。それじゃまた図書室に寄らせてもらうよ。
ぜひ八代先輩が来ていただけるのなら他の生徒さんたちも寄ってくれると思うので。
Gazing at the extraordinarily beautiful sprite of the library, I reflect that she must already draw in plenty of customers on her own.
まつげが長いな。肌も素晴らしくきめ細かい。
She possesses the kind of beauty that, rather than dissipating under close inspection, only opens up further when seen up close. I could get lost looking at her.
そうじゃ、そろそろ。いちごさん？
The sprite of the library just now realizes how far into my personal space she's encroached in her excitement.
まあ、いろいろ秋の風物詩はあるけれど、私的にはもみじ狩りかな。
Oh, that's nice.
もみじ狩り。ずいぶんと渋いところをついてくるね。
いちごさんならもっとパーティーのようなものを言うと思っていたわ。私の清楚なイメージとぴったりじゃない。それで提案なのですが。
She claps her hands together, getting the attention of everyone in the cooking club, then asks us if we'd all like to go see the fall leaves on the following Sabbath.
もみじ狩りか。別段行くことは構わないが、料理部としてはどうだろう。
ハイキングな感じでお昼用のお弁当を凝るなら料理部の野外活動といっても OK だと思うのですけど。
She looks to me and then to Sakuragi-kun, the club president. Sakuragi-kun hesitates for a moment, but then agrees with a smile, saying that the cooking club is all about fun after all.
よかった。もみじ狩りと言ったら栗や柿や松茸。
I smile wryly. So it was about the food all along. Noticing my smirk, Ichiko-kun scratches her head.
それだけじゃなくて、最近ゆずりは先輩元気がなかったみたいだし、
そうか。気を使ってもらってすむ。
それにリンゴも元気がないみたいだったので遊びに連れ出そうって。ハイキングみたいで気分転換になりますよね。
ああ、そうだね。
I'm suddenly overcome with the powerful sense of the unexpected, like I've been hit out of left field. Of course, if I'm agonizing over this, then she must be too. How could I not have realized?
自分ばかり。私は。
Yeah, sadness. I heave a long, heavy sigh as I watch the other club members discuss what to make for their bento. I imagine my expression probably resembles that of a shy dog trying to do its business in the corner of a public park. What? What am I reading?
そんな申し訳ないなんて顔しないで。ゆずりはが映したわけじゃないのだから。
Oh, Neri is sick.
体が弱いことを知っていたのに気遣えなかった。僕のせいだ。
汗をかいたまま話し込んでいた私が悪いのよ。 だからそんなに困ったワンちゃんのような顔をしないで。
I smiled slightly. It seems like we were thinking along the same lines. Apparently misinterpreting my smile to mean that I no longer feel guilty, she playfully tells me that it would actually be worse if I coddled her more than I already do.
僕の本性は犬か。猫の八重垣くんとは相性が悪そうだ。
グレートピレニーズに懐いてる黒猫もいるでしょ。
Yeah, there are plenty of kitties and doggos that get along.
そこまで大女じゃないだろう。
I pull a hurt face, and Nettie flashes a rare glimpse of her teeth as she laughs.
ゆずりはと話していると風邪をひいたことを忘れてしまいそうだわ。
薬になっているなら長情だけどね。
She smiles and shakes her head, her golden hair shimmering. Then she seems finally to notice something and asks where Hagiwara-san is.
ネリーのアミティアなら夕食に向かったよ。
もうそんな時間になるのね。それじゃあゆずりはは？
僕は一緒に食べようと思って持参してきたんだ。
Both my hands had been full when I'd entered the room, but I guess she was just waking up and didn't notice. Following my gaze over to the two trays I earlier placed atop the desk, she murmurs her thanks.
私の分も持ってきてくれたの。
病人の前で一人で食べるほど鬼じゃない。
I pick up a clear bowl from one of the trays.
食欲が落ちてるだろうからフルーツヨーグルトにしてもらったよ。食欲もしかしてあるのかい？
もうそんなに食いしん坊じゃないわ。体がほてっていたから冷えていて美味しそう。
キウイとイチゴとみかん、ブルーベリー付きだ。体にいいぞ。
I scoop up a piece of kiwi and hold the spoon out to her. Her fever-flushed lips peck at the spoon like a little bird at a seed.
美味しいわ。
そいつはよかった。ヨーグルトさえしっかりとっておけば風邪なんてひかなくなる。
This time I choose a strawberry to spoon feed her. This is really bringing out my maternal instincts.
昔からそう言っているわよね。
父がよく言っていたよ。ヨーグルトさえ食べておけばこの世は万事うまくいく。
サラダ教のようなものかしらね。
What? Despite being laid low with the fever, Nettie's eating as fast as ever. She's soon polished off the dinner I brought her. I pass her a glass of water and some pills, then start on my own
同
food.
じものなのね。気を使わなくていいのに。
ダイエット中でね。大義名分ができてありがたいよ。
I say, taking a bite of kiwi. The complex bittersweet taste dances across my tongue. Nothing beats fresh fruit, ripened under the sun.
ゆずりはは背が高いのだから多めに食べても平気よ。
グレートピレニーズで止めておきたい。グレートデーンまで行くのは女子として抵抗があるんでね。
What? I munch on an orange slice as she stifles a giggle. Citrus fruit. I'm reminded of the girl who disappeared in the spring.
香水か。
気になるかしら。
She may be bedridden, but she's still keeping up her grooming habits. Her brow furrows as she asks me if the scent is too overpowering.
いや、少し思い出したことがあってね。ネリーは変わらず素敵な香りがするよ。
ありがとう。ゆずりはは香水あまり好きじゃないのよね。
Not really. It would be weird for me to smell sweet. Oh, she'd likely say this. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the one. Wearing perfume is like a symbol of one's femininity, yeah. And like all things feminine, you believe you shouldn't be doing or displaying them or whatever. That's why I've always wanted to wear it, but...
僕から甘い香りが漂ってきたらおかしいだろ？
そうかしら。
そうさ。それに甘い香りをさせていたら 服にお菓子を仕込んでいると思われるだろ。
そうね、ゆずりはらしいわ。
I force an exaggerated grin.
でも残念。今度ゆずりはのために香水を選ぼうと思っていたから。
それは嬉しいが。
私と同じものはどう？こんな感じなのだけど。
She pulls herself up in bed and bares her neck. She's telling me to sniff it. I...
いや。
いや、私と同じものはダメ？
I reflexively tell her that's not the case. Then hesitantly lean in toward her neck.
ネリネの香り。
The fragrance of her Lily of the Valley perfume mingles with her own unique body scent, creating an enchantingly sweet yet fresh and feminine smell.
どう？
ああ、僕もつけてみよう。
A smile blooms across her lips, and I have to fight to stop myself from blushing as I smile back. Aye. The pain.
冷た。
頭を動かしてはダメだ。タオルが落ちてしまうよ。
After dinner, I change the towel laid across her forehead for a fresh one. Nettie pouts at me and tells me she wants to go too.
何が？
もうはぐらかさないで。ゆずりはが話してくれたもみじ狩りよ。
While I was changing her towel, I'd casually mentioned the upcoming weekend
メ
event.
リーが個人的なイベントに行きたいなんて珍しいじゃないか。
料理部で開催するということは白羽さんも来るのでしょ。最近お話をしていないのよ。
さすが和菓子。
それに佐々木さんたちも、特にリンゴさん、最近お話をする機会があったのだけど、どこか塞いでいたの。
Yeah, she likely is. I feel my heart clench in my chest at the unexpected mention of Ringokun's name.
何か悩みがあるのなら助けになりたいわ。元気になってほしい。
元気を出すのはまずは君からだよ。
I pat her on the head. As I rhythmically stroke her silky hair, her expression softens and her eyes start to droop.
行くのは構わないが、まずは風邪を治すことだ。
参加してもいいの？
ああ、部外者の参加を禁ずとは言ってなかったしね。部長の桜木くんには僕から言っておこう。
楽しみだわ。ゆずりはのお弁当。
おい、僕は作るとは言ってないぞ。
私のために作ってくれないの？
上目遣いは卑怯だぞ、ネリー。
And so, what was supposed to be a casual weekend event mushrooms into a challenging piece of homework for me. I don't think I've ever seen the word mushroom used as a verb, but okay. Interesting. There's that phrase, clear as day, but...
僕がお弁当を作るなんて、まさにそれじゃないか。
The containers and ingredients are laid out before me, but I haven't touched any of them, as a vision of what my bento should look like has yet to appear to me.
定番で良いとは思うが、そもそも定番とは何だ？
My mom was sickly and my dad was hardly much of a cook. It's hard for me to actually envision a bento when I've never had one made for me. Oh, okay. Oh, this is very sad. I hear a tentative voice behind me. Suo is here. We're saved. It's okay. It's okay.
すまない。まだ何を作るかイメージが湧かないんだ。先にやってくれていいよ。
At Cooking Club, our theme this week is bento, in preparation for the weekend leaf viewing.
いえ、料理のことではなく。
My teacher is here to instruct me in the art of the bento.
なら、僕への愛の告白かい？
コミカド先輩、風邪を召してしまったと聞きましたけど、大丈夫ですか？
Suo completely unfazed by that question.
もともとただの風邪だからね。すぐに良くなるさ。
それなら良いのですが。
スオ君にそれほど心配してもらえるなら、今度僕も引いてみようかな。
She angrily tells me not to say such things. Looks like people getting sick is a pretty sensitive topic for her.
僕もだが。
心配ですね。
体温が高いから風邪はひかないと豪語していたが、もともとあまり体は強い方じゃないからね。
そうなのですか。
The solemn mood leads me to voice the truth.
だが、さっきも言ったが、ただの風邪だ。うまいものを食べてぐっすり眠ればすぐ回復するさ。食べるのはネリーのお箱だろ。
そうですね。
She turns on a smile that would trump 10 out of every 10 people. I flash her a cynical smile of my own, then turn back to the ingredients scattered across my workstation.
失敗すると分かっていて調整しなければならない気持ちというのも。
私も夏に葉物野菜を収穫するときはなかなか手が出ないときがあります。
My teacher hates bugs.
そういう時はどうするんだい？
今の自分は自分じゃない。物語の人物。例えば、嵐が丘のキャサリンだって思い込んで、えいやって手をつけます。
Yeah, interesting approach. I nod gravely. It's a very Suo-like solution.
あと、祖父は何でも仕事だと割り切れば楽になるって話してましたけど。
最後に台無しな一言だが、確かにそういう割り切り方は大切なんだろうな。
However, I recall something from a business book I once picked up. It had started by examining the assumption that work equals money.
ラン・アリエリーの本だと、仕事に向かうためにインセンティブはお金だけでは無理だと書いていたな。与えられるインセンティブがお金だけだと、モチベーションも頭打ちになるんだってね。
それは？
仕事と割り切るのでなく、やはり料理に傾けるのは愛情でなくてはいけない。使い古された言葉だが、そう思うよ。
Looking over the ingredients before me, I consider which are my friend's favorites. This too is a form of love.
ネリー。
She puts on a brave face in front of me, but the moment I left her room, I heard her coughing and coughing.
人間、得て増えてというものが。
Should I work on making the perfect bento to make Neri happy? Or should I be mindful of her health and play nurse for her? I don't know if they've missed any of genre there.
さて、どうしたもん？
I ask myself, do I make the bento for my best friend, as she wanted, or do I take care of her? After thinking hard on my two options,
勝手を言っているのは分かっている。君の負担になることも重々承知している。だが、僕の願いを聞き入れてはくれないだろうか。
私もコミカドさんの助けになるなら。
her eyes waver as she thinks it over. Then, a moment later,
おかえりなさい。
Yuzuriha, my bewildered friend addresses me and the pillow I've brought with me.
僕と萩原さんを間違えるなんてひどいじゃないか。
それは、そうじゃなくて、その枕は？
お、目ざといね。今日からネリーの風邪が良くなるまで寝泊まりして看病するんだよ。
だってここは二人部屋だし、萩原さんは？
It's interesting to me how each of their relationship with their Amitia partners seems a little bit, I don't know, like in the background, in the shadows, not really having a shape. Like we see a little bit now of Nerine and her Amitia partner, but now we send her away. And it looks like At least from the way the scenes are shown, it feels like Yuzuriha doesn't even interact with her Amitia partner much. They're obviously together much more than they are with them, which makes me wonder, is that okay? Isn't that a little bit against the system? Or anyway.
彼女には許可をもらったよ。ネリーの体調が戻るまで僕の部屋と交換してもらった。
Ah, Yuzu doesn't have one. Okay, correct. Okay. Sorry, that detail slipped my mind. As my best friend blinks at me in surprise, I pat the pillow. It still stands what I'm saying about Neri, because she seems like glued to Yuzuriha all the time. And yeah, like when does she spend time with her Amitia partner?
僕のアミティアは学院を去っているからね。交渉はしやすかった。
Yeah, I guess it's easy to
心よく OK してくれたよ。
to temporarily move to another room if there's nobody else to share it with. Yeah. Actually, it had been quite an ordeal to get the other girl all red in the face for some reason to agree. But she doesn't need to know that. Okay.
僕の心配をしてくれるのかい？なら大丈夫。18歳未満が見てはいけないものは表に届かないところへ隠してきたからね。
What the heck?
そうではないわ。私の看病なんて風が移って。
昔は立場が逆だったが、今や僕の方が頑健な体だ。栄養を溜め込んだ僕の体に風邪菌など入り込む余地はないよ。
The kind-hearted vice president still looks disapproving. So I tell her that if I don't do this, she'll keep prioritizing the Council of Nicaea over her health.
会の者に聞いたよ。会の進捗管理や指示をこの部屋からしていたとね。
She looks up at me dejectedly, like a dog caught out in the rain, and I smile pointedly.
君でないといけない要件はあることは確かだが、今でなくてもいい。大きなやつは、そうだな。月末の合唱会くらいだが、それも後でいい案件だ。
でも私のせいでみんなの手が止まるなんて。
I walk over to her and gently rub her back as she coughs. Her body is hot with fever.
週末、もみじ狩りに行くんだろ？しっかり休まないと治るものも治らない。
でも
分け合えば喜びは2倍に、悲しみは半分に。友達は素晴らしいものだ。
I imitate Sister Basket and preach at her using a Swedish proverb. She seems hesitant. Is that a Swedish proverb? That's cool.
そうね。私たちは親友だものね。
Nettie is pretty turbo friends with her Amitia, but it gets covered only in the drama CDs. Ah, okay. Okay, I see. I smile with relief.
ああ、週末は楽しくもみじ狩りとしゃれ込もうか。さて、それじゃこの枕は萩原くんのベッドへと置いて。
Someone is hungry.
そろそろ夕食だ。ネリーは何が食べたい？
Yep, but not super well known. I see. It's a cool one though.
ごちそうさま。
おさまつさま。って僕が作ったわけじゃないけどね。
While I'm clearing up the plates, Nettie, who's in bed, points to a glass filled with some mysterious liquid and asks what it is.
頼んで作らせてもらった僕特製のアサイーのスムージーさ。ヨーグルトジュースを混ぜたから飲みやすかっただろ？
ヨーグルト。ヨーグルトさえ取っておけば万事うまくいくものね。
その通り。
I laugh, telling her it looks like there's a new convert to the Church of Yogurt. Okay, I get it now. Then I pass her some powdered cold medicine and she frowns at the unfamiliar brand. Split joy, double joy. Split sorrow, half sorrow is the literal translation. I see. Very to the point. I absolutely approve of it.
いつものやつじゃないから勘ぐってるのかい？大丈夫。睡眠薬じゃない。寝ている間にいたずらなんてしないよ。
Oh god, Yuzu, what are you
そうじゃ
saying?
なくて
The look on her face is unusually
子
grim.
供みたいなことを聞くけどこれって苦い
Oh, she doesn't like bitter things. She asks,
ああ、粉末の薬はなんだか苦いイメージがあるよな。でもまあ、良薬口に逃がしってことわざも昔からあるだろ
So it is bitter, she mumbles, pulling a face as though she's already tasted it.
えいやと口に放り込んで一気に水で流し込めば大丈夫さ。覚悟ができないなら鼻をつまんでやろうか。
わかったわ
I pass her the glass. She screws up her courage and swallows.
よし、ちゃんと飲めたご褒美に何でも一つ願いを叶えてあげよ
この薬を甘くして
I can't help but laugh at her straightforward request. Nettie giggles too.
ならそうね汗をかいてしまったの背中を拭いてもらえるかしら
Whichever way you turn, your bum is on your back is a better Swedish proverb if you ask me. What? What does that one mean? Since I've just promised her a reward, it's not like I can refuse. We're alone in the
いい
room.
わよ
At her quiet words, I turn back around to face her. Well, okay then. Her pale, bewitching form seems to float before me. The pure, unblemished expanse of her back appears almost dazzling.
恥ずかしいわ
A faint blush stains her cheeks. She would have had to lift up her nightgown for me to wipe her back anyway. That must have occurred to Nettie as she was readying herself too, so I suppose it was only natural to go ahead and change into a fresh, clean night dress at the same time. However,
さすがハーフは肌ツヤが違う。
be afraid of your own wishes, Yuzu. Yeah.
譲り葉も同じじゃない
Nettie laughs, thinking that I'm trying to dispel the awkwardness with a joke. Honestly, though, the sentiment was genuine. I'd just been nervous.
ハーフとクォーターの違いはあると思うけどね。さて、それじゃ始めていいかな。
The taste is like the bum is another good one. Wow, okay.
ええお願いするわ
At her invitation, I pick up the wet towel, fold it, and press it to her white skin.
看病すると決めたとき、こういうこともあると覚悟を決めただろう。
I admonish the part of me that's prone to getting into trouble and rub the fabric along her practically glowing skin.
すまない。強すぎたか？
違うのただ思っていたよりも冷たかったから続けて
I cautiously wipe her delicate skin. Her back, felt through the towel, sways like a willow every time I press against it. The repetitive motion gently fans the flame already burning within me.
どうしたんだい？
昔一緒にお風呂に入ったことを思い出したのよあの時は譲り葉すごく恥ずかしがっていたわよね
父以外の人と一緒にお風呂なんて入ったことがなかったからね。
そうだったの
ああ、友達と一緒に入った経験なんてなかったから何を言われるか想像して緊張していたんだよ。
あら八代さんお胸が小さいですわよ
クォーターの割に色白だったからその辺を言われるのかってさ。転校して学校が変わるたび髪と肌はいつもいじられたからね。
それなら私も一緒だわ
She giggles. Nettie is humble, but she's always been the most beautiful girl in school. Until the day she fell ill.
弟さんとは一緒にお風呂に入ってはいなかったの
ネリーと入った頃はまだ小さかったからね。ある程度大きくなってからは面倒を見てやったけれど、あいつは風呂嫌いなんだ。 押さえつけて入れてやっていたから、兄弟仲良くって感じではないね。
そう。私兄弟がいなかったから憧れていたのよ。
別にいいものじゃない。騒がしくはあったから退屈することはなかったけどね。この頃は生意気に一緒に風呂に入るのを嫌がるんだよ。
可愛いじゃない。
ま、成長を感じられて姉冥利に尽きるがね。
Perhaps because I've been talking about my family, my original nervousness has all but disappeared.
おかゆいところはございませんか、お嬢様。
そうね。それじゃあ脇の方をお願いできるかしら。
I rubbed down her side, making sure not to be too rough on her delicate skin.
落ち着け。
Yeah. I'm being careful, but it must be a sensitive area. Each seductive, breathy moan she releases sends a strange thrill through me. It's like I'm brushing some delicate spot deep within her.
少し上の方も拭かせてもらうよ。
ええ。
As I move up her flank to her armpit, I graze across the swell of her breast and feel my face flush hotly.
どうしたのゆずりは。もうおしまい？
いや、もうすぐ終わるよ。
Okay, she says, like this is no big deal. In the meantime, I take a big gulp of air to try to calm my racing heart. Then I shake my head and return to my usual cynical self.
時間をかけてしまいすまないね。風邪をひいているのに長々と肌をさらさせてしまって。
平気よ。ずいぶんと汗をかいていたみたいだから気持ちいいわ。
I force a smile.
こうして拭いているとわかるが、だいぶ熱も引いてきたようだ。
ゆずりはのおかげよ。
あまり長引くようならお守りでも作ろうかと考えていたけどね。
I'm sorry. I think it's for the best though. Well, you sure could say that Yuzuriha has almost finished. Okay. Nettie giggles at the idea of wearing a traditional Japanese charm in this Christian school.
おっぴらにはできないけれど、ゆずりはが作ったものなら欲しいわね。
そうかい？幸運が続くってことだからいいと思ったんだよな。西洋じゃ古くから伝わる由緒正しいお守りだ。
そんなものがあるの？
ああ、まずはウサギの足をしっかりして。
やめて。
Seems like, as a fan of the bizarre, she's aware of the superstitions around rabbit feet.
スオ君やヤイガク君に聞かれたら怒られそうな話題だよ。
Poor rabbits, please leave their feet alone. Rabbits are loved as bringers of good luck. They're a symbol of fertility due to their prolific breeding. Since they're born with their eyes open, they have the power to ward off the evil eye. And as creatures that dig burrows, they're said to have a connection with the good spirits under the earth.
ダメよ。可愛いのだからそんな想像してたね。
Yeah. Leave the poor rabbits alone. I ask her if she'd be okay with a less cute animal. I grin to let her know I'm joking, but she raises her voice in protest again.
冗談だよ。よし、これで背中は拭けた。
I wring out the towel in fresh water, then hand it to her. She can do her front herself.
あとはゆっくり寝るだけだな。
そうね。そうだわ。
When I ask her what it is, she leans forward, still holding the towel, and looks at me with shimmering
ご
eyes.
褒美ついでにもう一つお願いを聞いてほしいの。私が眠るまで本を読んでくれないかしら。
The bump proverb means something like, things will go wrong no matter what you do. Okay. Or there are some things you just can't change. Okay, I see. Yeah, I can see that. Thank you, Bea. Hadn't I told her she could have one reward? No, hold on. I shouldn't even think about turning around while she's still not dressed. Various thoughts run through my head, but...
それじゃあ、何の本を読もうか。
In the end, the realization that I can't say no to her wins out.
4月になってから、節子の病気はいくらかずつ回復期に近づき出しているように見えた。そしてそれが、いかにも父としていればいるほど、その回復へのもどかしいような一歩一歩は、かえって何か確実なもののように思われ。
I read aloud from a novella Yaegaki-kun recommended to me a little while back. The Wind Has Risen by Tatsuo Hori.
話の筋的に病人に聞かせるものじゃなかったかな。
Nettie's brilliant Saladin eyes are staring off into space as she listens intently.
もう眠りそうかい？
いいえ、まだ平気よ。
それじゃ、もう少し続けようかね。そんなある日の午後のこと、私が行くと、ちょうど父は外出していて、節子は一人で病室にいた。その日は大変気分も良さそうで、いつもほとんど着きりの寝巻きを珍しく青いブラウスに着替えていた。
It's typical Swedish optimism that means things will go wrong no matter what. Is it kind of like in a sense of no matter how much you worry about things, if they are to go wrong, they will still go wrong. So just persevere no matter what? Something along those lines? Like, let go and don't try to control them so much? Something like that.
私はそういう姿を見ると、どうしても彼女を庭へ引っ張り出そうとした。
She turns her unfocused gaze toward me. Who or what is she seeing?
ねえ、ゆずりは？
なんだい？
子供のようなことを言うのだけど。
本日2度目だな。
で、握ってもらってもいい？
Aww, cute. Many proverbs come from poor peasants who didn't have it very good. Oh, I see. Swedish people invented Murphy's Law, basically. I think that's good, though. It's good to have some ancient wisdom in the face of adversity. Because that's kind of... In one way or another, we're all facing our own struggles, right? Nobody has it easy. Nobody has it super smooth in life. Or, well, nobody is maybe an overstatement. Maybe some people do. But they're few and far between. Typically, the experience of humanity is that you struggle, right? So being able to push through that and set your sights on something beyond that, like a goal to pursue despite the struggle, is a healthy way to cope with things. So yeah, I can see that. That's very cool. Seeing the dark shadow that now clouds her eyes, I can't possibly deny her entreaty.
君が言わなければ、僕から言い出していたところだよ。
No.
冷えていて気持ちいいだろう。僕は体温が低いのが自慢なんだ。
ゆずりは、とても安心するわ。
Refreshing hand holding. That's cute. The shadow of unease clears from her Saladin eyes, and she's back to her usual self. Her soft, warm, beautiful eyes.
眠るまで手を握っておくよ。
ありがとう、ゆずりは。
Only Sweden has Swedish gooseberries might be the best one. What does that one mean? I'm lost. Finally satisfied, she closes her eyes and gently drifts off to sleep.
代わってあげられたらいいのに。
While her expression is calm, beads of sweat stand out on her fevered forehead. Take her place in the sense of you being the one that's sick and her being okay. Aww, cute. Used to sarcastically claim that Sweden is a good country. Well, why would Sweden be a bad country? You know, each country has their own specific charm and things that are only found there. So you should be proud of the things that are specifically Swedish. There's nothing wrong with that. When we were kids, it was fine for us to stick to our own separate roles. Neri was the cowardly lion who protected me, and me, I was the tin woodman lacking a heart. But that day, a pained expression flits over her face, and I abandoned my idle thoughts. Still holding onto her hand, I set the book down on my lap and used my free hand to wipe the sweat from her brow, and I prayed to the only God I believe in. Oh. Oh. Oh, so sorry. I keep yawning. If it's okay with you, we are at the 2-hour mark. And I'm kind of tired and not feeling that great today. I would do like one more scene, like I don't know how long that will last, 10-15 minutes, something like that, and then we can end it for the day, if that sounds okay. Yeah. So, the word momentary comes from the Latin momentum. Ah, look who's better. It's the weekend and the day of the long-awaited leaf viewing. When it rains manna from heaven, the poor man has no spoon. Oh my god. Oh, that feels sad. Neri, now fully recovered from her cold, takes the lead and addresses the cooking club members gathered outside the dormitories. Recalling our childhood together, I capture a photograph of her. My best friend, who's been dealing with the Council of Nicaea's affairs, even from her sickbed. Perhaps having meekly heeded my warning about not being well enough to go to the leaf viewing party, though, she's managed to get better in time for today. That's good. And the bento, which had been a major source of concern for me, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, opening words, okay. Neri chides me. I peer through the camera's viewfinder again, ready to capture this moment with my best friend, or rather, all the club members, earnestly listening to Sakuragi-kun's speech. As we're tripping down the little path through the woods, the bushes rustle like there's some beast within, and Suakun screams, drawing everyone's attention to her. I mean, it's the woods. What do you expect? I don't think you can. They're wild animals. Her sister nods her agreement, but Suakun frowns. She picks up a fist-sized stone and tosses it into the greenery. What? No, that's so mean. Don't do that. I hate pranks. I affectionately watched the unusual scene of Suo-kun chasing after Ichigo-kun.
ま、彼女もまだ少女なのだしな。
Every day is a tease Suo day. Oh god, no, please. Poor Suo. Hi, Squid! How are you? Seeing Suo-kun acting in such an uncharacteristically immature and girly manner causes me to accidentally voice my thoughts out loud.
何が少女なの？
僕のことさ。秋のもみじの中を行く可憐な少女といった風情だろ？
I twirl on the spot for her.
そうね。でも、くるくる回るのはよした方がいいと思うわ。
ん？どうしてだい？
せっかく作ったお弁当が台無しになってしまうでしょ。
I'm hanging in there. Can't stay long but wanted to drop in and say hey before my lunch break and back to the grind. Aw, that's so nice. I'm so happy. Thank you for dropping by. Enjoy your lunch and good luck with the grind. You got this. Whatever it is, I'm sure you got this. Hang in there. And I hope you have something delicious for lunch. That's, these days, especially when there's something that is really dragging on and that's not very, it doesn't elicit much enthusiasm from me that I have to do for work. I look forward to lunch, to having something delicious like halfway through the day, and it kind of splits things up and in a way makes it easier. So, oh, sandwiches. I hope you have some nice ingredients in there, and yeah, enjoy it. Take a moment for yourself. Breaks are really important, so take care of that, and good luck with work. You got this. High rolling rich man. Sandwiches can be very delicious as well, so yeah. Struck with that realization, I hesitantly lift up the box to check.
大丈夫だよな。
一回だけだからひどくなってないわよ。高崎さんのようなオディールのグランフェッテを踊ってなければね。
Oh, I will definitely pass on the message. And yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. Thank you. All the best wishes to you and your lady as well. She's talking about the 32 fouette turns she danced at the ballet recital performance of Swan Lake. Imagining myself doing the same thing with a bento in hand, I chuckle. And that's really a funny image.
あんなに回ったらお弁当の中身がバターになってしまうよ。
それは困るわ。楽しみにしているのですもの。
The bento would turn into a smoothie. It would no longer be solid. We share a smile as clear as the autumn skies above us. Oh. The colors in the forest are really nice. I gotta say, I really like this. It looks like a super pleasant activity to just walk through there and kind of like breathe in the clear air and enjoy the feast on your eyes. It's very nice. I continue along, enveloped in the scent of the forest and my best friend's perfume as she walks beside me. It's so picturesque, Sokun says, her eyes narrowed, and I nod my agreement as I too gaze out at the forest turning from green to red and gold. Yeah, this is really pretty. Super pretty. Look at that. I want to step on those leaves and hear the crunch.
森深いからだろうか。この辺りは秋が深く感じるね。
場所柄、気温が低いのでしょうか。他よりも季節が移ろっているように感じますね。
We've reached the spot designated for our autumn leaf viewing. We've all been enjoying the autumn scenery on the way here, but now that we've reached our destination, we're properly basking in it.
そういえば、秋をめでるのは久しぶりなのか。
This time last year, there was a troubling incident, and I had to spend my time resolving that. Then, as soon as it was over, the Council of Nicaea... I feel a soft, springy weight against my back. My taller frame acts as a buffer for Ichigo-kun's small body.
ほう、見事な栗じゃないか。この辺りに生えているのかい？
Oh, that's so cute. I loved to do that as well in autumn, to when passing by the trees, to find like the nicest, prettiest chestnut, and I would take it with me and have it on my desk for that respective school year to be kind of like a good luck charm or something. Aw, that's nice. That brings me back.
はい、ちょっと奥に行ったらたくさん栗の木がありましたよ。
She looks up at me with wide, sparkling eyes, like a kid waiting for her parents' praise.
それは魅力的だ。ぜひ収穫しないとね。
I'm being serious. While it's fun to appreciate the season with leaf viewings, it's also a time of bountiful harvests and even more bountiful appetites. Freshly picked chestnuts sound delicious. Even I can't mess up something as simple as boiled chestnuts.
それじゃ、栗拾いに向かいたいから、そろそろ話してはくれないか？
While it is something I want to do, the suggestion is also my way of extricating myself from Ichigo-kun, who's become awfully touchy-feely lately. I don't like the way the other club members are staring.
栗拾いをゲームにしたらどうですか？
Ichigo-kun pulls back from me obediently and turns to look around at the other girls.
誰が一番多く取れるか競うんですよ。それで多く取った人は好きなお弁当を自分のと交換できるとかどうですかね？
Aren't the bentos all the same? Or wait, I'm confused. Why would you exchange them?
例えば、僕のお弁当とスオ君のと交換できるといった風にだね。
せっかく競うならゲームにしたら面白いかなって。
Okay. Everyone else seems to be really into the idea.
面白そう。私やってみたいわ。お友達と一緒にゲーム。
みんながいいなら構わないが。
I catch Ringo-kun's eye and she smiles and nods too.
それじゃペア制はどう？二人で協力してやった方が白熱しそうだし。
Okay.
そうね。お友達同士で競うのは楽しそうだわ。
Once Neri's given her smiling seal of approval, there isn't a single objection. The instigator of the idea raises her hand and...
それじゃあ私的にはゆずりは先輩と組むのを希望します。
Okay. She declares loudly.
ペア。それじゃあ私は白羽さんと組みたいわ。おしゃべりしたいことたくさんあるの。私と組んでもらえるのですか？ええ。夢みたい。ペアを組んでもらえる。
Oh, she's so precious. Aww. My teacher seems overcome with emotion for some reason, but that aside,
露骨なアプローチは面倒なことになるな。
it's probably totally innocent, but Ringokun's blatant favoritism could cause unnecessary conflict. It might not come to that, since most students in the cooking club have fairly mild personalities, but... No, I know what bento is, but I had this impression that Yuzuriha was making bentos either for everyone else or just more than one, that she was preparing more than one. I maybe misread that, and then it's the situation that each of them prepared their own, and now it makes sense to exchange them because it would be a completely different experience to see what someone else made. I don't know why I read it as Yuzuriha preparing multiples, not just one. Maybe it's just me, I'm tired, it's okay, sorry. We move on.
確かにペア制は白熱しそうで面白そうだ。了承しよう。だが、早い者勝ちだと差が出すぎてしまう。
After all, whoever pairs up with me clearly has an advantage, I say jokingly, which gets a laugh. Ah, okay, so for herself and Neri. Okay, got it, okay.
ここはフェアにするため9時にしたいと思うが、桜木くん、構わないかな。
letting Suokun and Ichigo-kun's cries of protest roll off her back. The club president agrees with an amiable smile. I get that Ichigo-kun's disappointed, but what's Suokun's deal?
みんな納得してくれたようだね。それでは楽しいくじ引きを始めるとしよう。
Suo wanted to be chosen. She was chosen by one of the popular senpais who wanted her specifically. So of course she's disappointed. Read the room, Yuzu. What the heck? Okay. I guess that would be it for tonight then. We find out next time what the pairing is. All those trees look amazing. Oh, that looks so fun. Do they have like you can't really see it very clearly, but I really love it when they kind of like open up just a little bit and then they reveal the chestnut inside and you still have to like pry it out of it. It's really fun. Okay. Okay, we will do this next time. Okay. See. There we go. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Like on the freaking dot as well. You guys are amazing. I appreciate this so much. Thank you for coming every stream to share this lovely experience with me. It is definitely enhanced into infinity just by your sheer presence. And I'm just happy I get to experience this together with all of you. Yeah. But for tonight, I'm gonna go rest because I'm not that great. That's why I didn't have a cam on. I just wanted to just chill in the dark and yeah. But next time I will, okay? And on Saturday as well, when we stream some Honkai, I will have the cam on. Promise. So thank you so much for your understanding about the cam and also for the lovely times that we have in chat every time that we stream. And I will see you again with more of this on Tuesday as per our usual schedule. For now, night, take care of yourselves and have a good weekend. Bye bye.